Yo. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another video. Today's video we got top 10 shortest players in NFL history. Man, by me being a 15-year-old man, you heard me, man, 15-year-old man, and being 5'9", man, I'm taller than I'm taller than some of these NFL players out here, man. NBA players, hell no. NFL, you know what I'm saying? I gotta test my luck a little bit. But before we start this, man, thank y'all so much, like so much for 200 subscribers. I think we're at like 205, 204, but it don't even matter, bro. 200 subscribers, but do you not understand that like when I was at like 10 subscribers, bro, I just felt like quitting, bro. I thought it was hard, bro. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely still hard, but like, man, I'm just happy about the progress we made. And one more other thing before we start the video, man. Make sure you join the Discord right here. This is the Discord. Know what I'm saying? Alright, man, let's get out the video, man.
The average NFL player is 6'2", 245 pounds. But these short kings...
I'm also putting half of these NFL players on their fucking ass, bro. By me being 5'9", 155, bro, holy shit, I'm putting half of these niggas on their ass, bro. But like, you got, I'm not just 155 skinny. Like, I have like muscle mass. You know what I'm saying? You see that motherfucker? Ooh, like you see that motherfucker right there? Hold on, y'all see that motherfucker? Ah, I know y'all see it. I know y'all see it. But yeah, nigga like him right here, I'm putting him on his ass.
Not even close. These are the 10 shortest players in NFL history. Starting with number 10, Maurice Jones-Drew, who didn't look like your typical NFL running back. But once the ball was in his hands, it didn't matter.
Wasn't he like, didn't he like crack like 1,000 yards one season or something? Like, he was nice, right?
Because he was built like a human bowling ball at 210 pounds. MJD had the perfect blend of speed, power, and balance to bulldoze through defenders and outrun anyone in the open field.
Bengals, bro.
So despite standing at 5'7", he was a 3-time Pro Bowler, led the NFL in rushing in 2011 with 1,606 yards, and spent years as one of the league's most dominant backs. And if you don't believe us, just ask Sean Merriman, the 6'4", 260-pound linebacker that MJD absolutely flattened.
When I tell you it felt like a dynamite went off like under my face mask, like I didn't see him.
But Jones-Drew wasn't the only 5'7" player to lead.
Maybe I'm not putting him on his ass, but I'm putting him on his back, even worse.
He was Mark McMillan was an undersized cornerback who didn't let his size stop him from shutting down receivers. Andrew Hawkins used his lightning-fast speed to carve out a solid career as a wide receiver, leading the Browns in receiving yards in 2014. And even today, Devin Singletary and Clyde Edwards-Helaire are out there carrying on the 5'7" legacy in the NFL, proving that sometimes good things really do come in small packages. Now, number 9 was more than just a short NFL player. Jakeem Grant was one of the...
Jakeem Grant, bro, let me tell you, bro, when I was younger, bro, he used to like get like kick returns off every single Sunday. Oh my God, that's such a throwback. Where is he at now, bro?
Fastest players ever. At his Texas Tech Pro Day, scouts clocked him running a 40 time in the 4.1s. With that speed, insane agility, and ankle-breaking footwork, Grant was a nightmare for defenders. And when he got the ball in space, it was basically game over. He played wide receiver, but his real talent was on special teams.
Yes, kick returner, bro. Oh my God.
His career, Grant became one of the league's most feared return men, scoring 7 career return touchdowns, 5 on punts and 2 on kickoff.
He's a guy that you fear. I mean, he's a guy that obviously has speed, first step quickness, can make you miss, can use all field zones.
His 97-yard punt return in 2021 remains one of the longest in NFL history, and his 102-yard kickoff return against the Titans showcased his crazy speed.
2019.
20.93 miles per hour. In 2021, he was also named a Pro Bowler and a first-team All-Pro, cementing his status as more than a 5'6" NFL player, but as one of the best returners of his generation.
5'6", that's actually fucking crazy, bro. You're 5'6" as a grown-ass man. But he get a pass, though, bro. He carried, like, that 2019 kick return era, bro, on the Dolphins, bro. Bro, it was him, that Parker dude, and that number 15 dude on the Dolphins, bro. Holy shit, bro. That was a dynamic trio, bro.
Generation. Yeah, he may have been one of the smallest guys on the field, but every time he touched the ball, he was the most dangerous. And speaking of a dangerous
Tariq
return
Cohen.
specialist, next we have the 5'6" Tariq Cohen, coming out of North Carolina A&T and
Which y'all,
HBCU.
bro, this is giving me fucking. I'm sorry for keep pausing, but bro, this is another guy who I fucking grew up on, bro. Tariq Cohen. But what do y'all know about him, bro?
Not normally known for producing much NFL talent, Cohen was the very definition of an underdog. Despite being the smallest player on the field, Cohen put up video game numbers in college, rushing for 5,619 yards and 56 total touchdowns, while averaging over 7 yards per carry. So in 2017, the Chicago Bears took a chance on him in the 4th round. In his NFL debut, he racked up 113 total yards and a touchdown, giving Bears a glimpse of what was to come. The Bears used him everywhere, lining up in the backfield as a running back, splitting out wide as a receiver, and even returning punts and kickoffs on special teams. Heck, he could even throw the ball.
Cohen's going to throw into the end zone. Touchdown!
In 2018, he had his breakout season, racking up 1,169 all-purpose yards and 8 total touchdowns, while leading all NFL running backs with 725 receiving yards, earning him a Pro Bowl selection and first-team All-Pro honors as a returner. Cohen was on track to be a Bears legend, but in 2020, tragedy struck. He tore his ACL, MCL, and suffered a fractured tibia, all on the same play. Despite multiple comeback attempts, he never returned to an NFL field. Coming in at number 7 is the 5'6", 185-pound running back J.J. Taylor. He ran with power, speed, and vision. Everything you'd want in a running back, just in a smaller package. Despite his college success, NFL teams were hesitant to take a chance on the undersized running back, so Taylor went undrafted in 2020. But if there's one team that has never had a problem with taking a chance on written-off skill players, it's the New England Patriots. So Taylor signed with the Pats as a free agent, and in his NFL debut, he flashed his potential, rushing for 28 yards and a touchdown on just 4 carries. However, Taylor spent 3 seasons bouncing between the Patriots' active roster and practice squad, never quite carving out a full-time role in their crowded backfield.
You can model yourself after dudes that have similarities, but I mean, there's not many backs that are small in the league right now.
Now with the Houston Texans, Taylor is fighting for a chance to prove himself, hoping to lock in a bigger role and showcase the skills that made him a fan favorite.
You're not locking in with Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon, brother. You might as well just request a trade, bro. Just go to the XFL, bro. Holy shit.
But off the field, Taylor's also a backup for the Oxygen Rocket League esports team.
Now that's good.
So I guess you could call him a 2-sport athlete. Next up is Jacquizz Rodgers. Also standing at 5'6" and 205 pounds, Rodgers ran like he was twice his size, bouncing off defenders, lowering his shoulder, and refusing to go down without a fight. Jacquizz first made a name for himself at Oregon State. While his 5'7" older brother James Rodgers was a receiver torching corners, Jacquizz was in the backfield, plowing straight through him. So in 2011, he was drafted in the 5th round by the Atlanta Falcons.
A dream come true, something you've been working for your whole life, and actually just to get picked, it was a great moment for me.
But you could say his game fell short, logging only 5 starts in his first 5 seasons. It wasn't until 2016 with the Tampa Bay Bucks that Rodgers got his big chance, when injuries forced him into the starting role. People thought he'd get swallowed up by NFL defenses, but he flipped the script, bulldozing his way to back-to-back 100-yard games and proving that he belonged in a league full of giants. Rodgers may not have been the biggest, fastest, or most hyped player in the NFL, but he was the very definition of underrated, and he managed to stick around the league for a respectable 8-year career. But if there's one player who redefined what a small...
What's his name? Darren Sproles. Sproles or... You know what I'm trying to say. Darren Sproles, bro. That's another throwback.
Running back could do, it was Darren Sproles.
Yeah, that's another throwback. Bro.
Kansas State in 2003, he rushed for an absurd 1,986 yards, leading the nation. But even with how incredible he was in college, NFL teams hesitated. Sproles was laughed at when he competed at the Combine. A 5'6" running back, there was no way that he would last very long in the NFL. And that skepticism dropped him to the 4th round of the 2005 NFL Draft, where the San Diego Chargers took a chance on him. And to add insult to injury, he was later told that if he came in at 5'9" or even 5'8", he would have been a first-round pick. So he set off on a mission, prove everyone wrong.
What kept me going was like, they kept on saying like, I was too small.
And he was a nightmare for defenses. passes because he could do everything. He'd line up as a running back, a receiver, a return man. Wherever you put him, he made plays. He was too fast for linebackers, too shifty for defensive backs, and too smart to take big hits.
Have him on our side is unreal. The dude is a monster.
In 2008, he became the first player in NFL playoff history to rack up over 300 all-purpose yards in a single game, single-handedly carrying the Chargers to a win
Making history, bro. And they doubted you, bro. That's goals, man.
over the Colts. But that was just the beginning, because in 2011, after signing with the New Orleans Saints, Sproles set an NFL record with 2,696 all-purpose yards, the most by any player in a single season. In 2017, after joining the Philadelphia Eagles, he helped the team on their historic run to Super Bowl 52. Unfortunately, an injury kept him from playing in the big game, but his impact on the team was undeniable. And when the Eagles finally hoisted the Lombardi Trophy, Sproles was right there, celebrating as a champion. By the time he retired, he'd racked up over 19,000 all-purpose yards, 3 Pro Bowl selections, and a Super Bowl ring, all while defying the odds of what a small guy could do. People worried that Darren Sproles wouldn't last very long in the NFL because of his size, but he shattered that idea. While the average NFL running back's career is just under 3 seasons, Sproles played for 15. But if
That's actually crazy. Fucking 3 seasons. That's a bro.
Darren Sproles was a human cheat code, the 5'5" Mac Herron was a glitch in the system. And for him, we need to take a trip back to the 1970s. Herron's journey to the NFL also started in Kansas State, but it took an unexpected turn when he went to the Canadian Football League. There, he piled up nearly 2,000 all-purpose yards, proving he was too talented to be ignored. So the New England Patriots finally took a chance on the undersized back in 1973, and he made sure they never regretted it. By 1974, Herron was one of the most dangerous weapons in the entire league. That season, he racked up 2,444 all-purpose yards, setting an NFL record at the time. His impact was so massive that he earned the nickname Mini Mac. But there was nothing small about the way he played. He finished the 74 season 3rd in the league in total yards, trailing only 2 absolute legends, O.J. Simpson and Franco Harris. But as explosive as he was on the field, his career was just as wild off it. Legal troubles and substance abuse issues cut his NFL
Bro, selling crack in the 90s. I mean, the 80s, bro. Crack in the 80s, bro. Holy shit. Man. I knew some shit like that would happen, especially with them older athletes, man. You think people like O.J. Simpson, you think they wasn't doped up before the games, bro? They was going crazy, bro. Nigga, I don't think they took drug tests that seriously back then either, bro. Man, you better believe O.J. was off something, bro. He had some fucking that Captain America super serum in his ass, bro. How you think he was so damn good back then, bro? And he beat that case.
career short, and after just 3 seasons, he was out of the league. Instead of becoming an all-time great, Herron went down as one of the biggest what-ifs in NFL history.
Ooh. I'ma edit this out.
Fast forward all the way to the present day, and you have another 5'5" running back, Deuce Vaughn. And oddly enough,
5'5" is like, yo, that's like female height, bro. If you're 5'6" as a man, alright, bro, you're short as fuck. If you're 5'5", that's female height, bro.
his football journey also took off at Kansas State. Over 3 seasons with the Wildcats, he piled up nearly 4,900
I have heard of him. He is nice, so I'm not gonna say too much, but he's nice. He's nice.
yards from scrimmage and 47 touchdowns, dominating week after week. But even now, in 2025, the NFL has never been kind to undersized running backs. Teams saw his highlights, but they also saw his height, and that was enough for most of them to pass. He fell all the way to the 6th round of the 2023 NFL Draft before finally the Dallas Cowboys took a chance on him. And what made his draft moment extra special was that his father worked as a scout for the Cowboys.
He's the hardest worker I know. I just happen to be his dad.
And he got to be the one who called his son to tell him that he'd been drafted.
Hey, buddy. How's it going? Hey, it's going good. This is Dad. My phone wasn't working. Look here, man. You want to come to work with me next week? I wouldn't mind that at all.
And then, in his first NFL preseason game, he stole the show. He pulled off highlight reel runs, broke ankles, and made defenders look foolish, instantly becoming a fan favorite. Now with the Cowboys, Vaughn is fighting for every carry, every rep, every chance to prove himself, just like he's done his whole life. And being just 23, Vaughn certainly still has a chance to make a name for himself. So, about the player coming in at number 2, speed. That's the first, second, and third thing you need to know about Trindon Holliday. At just 5'5", he's one of the smallest players in NFL history, but he was also one of the fastest human beings to ever step foot on a football field. Before football, Holiday was already a track legend. In 2008, he reached the semifinals of the U.S. Olympic trials for the 100-meter dash, and he won the 2009 NCAA men's 100-meter dash with a time of 10.01 seconds. However, while most guys with that kind of speed would stick to the track, Holiday really wanted to play football. And despite his size, he carved out a role as a return specialist. And as you can imagine, if you even gave him a sliver of space, he was gone.
Sometimes he's in there, he's a decoy, and the defense gets fooled by it, and then, they give him the ball, the defense don't know what to expect. I mean, he's the fastest person I've seen in pads.
But after being drafted by the Houston Texans in 2010, he bounced around the league. Then, in 2012, while playing for the Broncos, he delivered one of the greatest playoff performances ever by a returner. Against the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC divisional round, Holiday took a punt return 90 yards to the house, and then later returned a kickoff 104 yards for another touchdown, becoming the first player in NFL history to return a punt and a kickoff for touchdowns in the same playoff game. But because Holiday was never really able to establish himself as a viable receiver or running back...
Bro, goddamn, bro. Come on, man. Quit showing the clips against the Bengals, bro. That shit don't count, bro. It was a fucking flag, bro. I can tell.
His role was limited to just special teams. So, eventually, teams moved on. And after just 4 seasons, his NFL career was over. And finally, we've reached number 1. So far, the shortest guy has been 5'5". And in a physical game like football, you wouldn't think a player could get much shorter than that, right? Wrong. 5'1". And that's not just short for the NFL, that's short for everything. In fact, it's just 3 inches away from being medically defined as dwarfism. But Jack Soupy Shapiro wasn't about to let size stop him. He played football at Gallaudet University and later at New York University, proving he could hang with bigger players. But the NFL? That was a different world. It was 1929 when Shapiro got his shot with the Staten Island Stapletons, an actual NFL team back in the league's early days. But he played just 1 game, lining up in the backfield against the Minneapolis Red Jackets. And while his NFL career was short, his legacy is forever. In 1999, the Pro Football Hall of Fame officially recognized him as the shortest player in league history, the NFL's shortest short king. If you enjoyed this video, stick with Blitz.
Look, guys, what y'all think about that video, man? Should I react to some more NFL videos, man? You let me know in the comments below, man. Also, again, thank y'all for over 200 subscribers. Y'all don't know how much that means to me. I'm sleeping good tonight, bro. Even though I got a dentist appointment tomorrow, so that kind of sucks. But, what else I'm gonna say? Join the Discord. What else? But, bro, we out.